I have a serious question for you. Are you actually living a life that you designed yourself? Or did someone else design it for you? I know that might sound funny. Here's what I mean. Are you working your current job or role or position or your current company because that was a decision that you made for yourself? It was something that makes you really happy to do. You created that idea? Or did it come from someone saying you should do that? Oh, it would be a good idea if you got into this business. Oh, you should really be a doctor. Oh, you should do this because you won't have to worry about money, etc., right? You know the rest of the list. Go to school, graduate, get a job, or go to college, get out a mortgage after your student debt, of course, and then, well, I suppose then comes the relationship, moving in together, kids, or I suppose the marriage and the white picket fence comes first, then the kids, maybe the dog. Do you see where I'm going with this? Most of us have been programmed and told what is good for us. If you haven't figured it out yet, some of those things are okay, especially if it really truly makes you happy. Although, it might raise a little bit of an alarm bell. How many of you have actually questioned the instructions that you've been following from other people, the advice that you've been getting, and who it's been coming from? Do they actually have the life that you yourself want to live? It's a serious question. It brings up an interesting point that technically you could take the different areas that someone is succeeding in and have that person as a mentor for those and not the other areas, right? So, for example, someone's doing well financially and they look really happy with the way that they're creating their money magnet, you could say. That might be someone you could take some advice from. And maybe you wouldn't take advice from them if they have the money magnet and they're happy there, although they seem to not be very good at keeping relationships. Maybe you would want to ask someone who has been succeeding at that for a long time. Healthy, fulfilling, long-term relationship and a family. If that's what you want, what do you actually want? I don't want to impress anything on you, and that's the whole point of this video. I'm here to awaken a sleeping dragon, as cheesy as that might sound. I want you to actually wake up, open your eyes, and question, have you been living the life that you actually want? Or are you doing everything because someone else told you? Your parents said you should be a doctor. So-and-so said you should go to school for this. So-and-so said this would be a good business to get into. I think you see where I'm going with this. Have you once, this might be a bit alarming, have you once questioned this? Seriously, because once you wake up to this, you might realize that your whole life has been based around other people telling you what you should and shouldn't do. When you have one short, beautiful life to live, and basically you've been doing it in accordance with what makes other people happy and caring about what other people think. Now, don't get me wrong. You should care about people and not what they think. Here's why. You can go your entire life making other people happy, people pleasing, and making sure that no one gets upset at you, doing exactly what they want, and then you'll wake up one day in your rocking chair, you know your time is almost up, and you're thinking, wow, I wish I could have blank. And it was all because you were afraid about what other people thought. No, after this video, I want you to do something. I want you to actually pull out a pen or pencil. Don't type it on your phone or your computer. It's not gonna have the same effect. I want you to write down on a piece of paper specifically what you want in your life. Like what you want your dream, your vision to look like. How are you becoming a money magnet? How are you attracting things to you? If you knew that you were able to attract high quality people and opportunities if you realize your true potential, what would your vision actually look like? Great friends, better relationships with your family, an amazing partner. What do they look like? What kind of personality traits do they have? And how are you helping people? How are you giving back? How are you providing value? Where do you live? What does that place look like? Do you need a car? These all are so important, because if you're doing anything less, you're living this life, this short life, in accordance with someone else's rules. And I want more than that for you. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because for a long time I was not awake to that opportunity. And then came the naysayers. You know the ones. The crabs in the bucket, like, oh, isn't it scary over there? Isn't it dangerous? You should be careful. I don't know if you should do that. I don't know if you should start a YouTube channel. I don't know if you should move to that country. Why don't you do this instead? It's safer. This is more secure. Why don't you stick to this so you can have this salary per year? I think you can see what I'm doing. And I want to relate this because I think this will be more relatable for you guys. At this point, I've lived in several countries in Latin America, several countries in Southeast Asia, and there's more to come, and there's so much more out there for you too. So I hope that this video inspires you to go out there and get it and write down your vision so you have the steps. You know the little actions that you can take and start living your best life. Anyways, guys, thank you for listening this far. I appreciate you. I recently started doing private consultations if that's something that you're interested in. Outside of that, like, comment, subscribe. I would love to hear your thoughts on this video and what you've been feeling lately around things like this. And I'll see you in the next one. You got this, bro.